I'm Pratt with Pratt Performance Design.
I'm Justin with Wild Performance.
And this is the Trying to Be Real podcast. Today we're going to be talking about YouTube channels. If you're interested in starting a YouTube channel, I'm going to go over everything that I've learned in the past 3 years and share it with you guys. Little disclaimer, I'm not, I don't have a million subscribers, but the things that I've learned are definitely helpful for anyone starting out. So we want to share that with you guys. The first point we have here is, Justin?
Items you may need.
Oh yeah, so this one, we're going to keep it real simple, real basic for you guys. You don't need a crazy camera setup or a crazy microphone setup, crazy lighting, anything like that. So if you've got an iPhone, that's what we're recording this on right now. That's what I've recorded all my videos on, and it works great. Especially if you have like a newer one, that's helpful. But pretty much any iPhone can get you started. Also, microphones. So I have the DJI Mic 3s, that's what we've got right here. And they are really nice, but they're a bit expensive. I don't know of other mics. I'm not gonna tell you to get another one because I haven't used them, but do your research, check reviews, and pick up the one that you can afford that you hear about being best. There are some that we have used before. Both of us tried these off of Amazon, and they just have a little thing that plugs into the bottom of your phone, and then I don't know.
They're just like these, like it has
They're
a
like
receiver.
these, but they're more of like a Tic Tac shape.
Yeah.
A little longer, but they're junk. I do
Yeah.
not recommend getting those. I looked up like best mics. I'll put a picture of those ones that suck up on here.
Yeah. Yeah, because they were terrible. For $9, you gotta expect.
Were they $9?
Yeah.
I think mine were like 20, but
Yeah.
they were still junk. So do your research and get a decent mic. Honestly, if you're in a quiet area and you're gonna, speak up and speak clearly, the iPhone microphone, just as it is, can do okay.
Yeah.
But you do have to make sure to speak up and be clear, and not have the iPhone super far away from you, because then it won't pick it up well at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, audio and lighting are pretty much the most important ones. For lighting, the easiest way is just to have natural lighting. Natural lighting is the best. That's how we're recording this right now. We've got a window here, and we put some sheets of paper over it to diffuse it a little bit so it's not like a beam of light in our eyes. And we've got some overhead lighting, but it's nothing fancy. It's just like a light bulb and a window. And then if you can't do artificial lighting, if you can't do natural lighting, a lot of artificial lighting. Like in my shop, I've got a bunch of light strips. Is that what they're called? Like tube lights.
Yeah, but they're LED.
Yeah, LED tube lights. I've got a ton of them, so it's pretty good lighting. But you don't have to go crazy. Just as long as it's well lit, not a crazy amount of shadows, not dark, you'll be okay. And also vidIQ is, I don't know, it's not really an app, but they have a YouTube channel. Their YouTube channel is awesome. Tons of good information solely on growing a YouTube channel and best practices and stuff like that. But they also have a software, and it costs like maybe $150 a year or something, but it's super, super helpful. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I use it. It saves a ton of time, and it helps you learn how to make your stuff better. It'll tell you if your thumbnail's good, if your title's good, and then you can link it to your YouTube channel. And when you're uploading a video, it'll suggest a certain title based on what your video's about. It's really helpful. It gives you the best tags to use. Tags aren't super important, but it'll give you the best ones for your video topic, the ones that get searched the most, stuff like that. So I highly recommend that, especially just getting started. They have a mobile app that like has little courses on it for like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
it's actually really good. Like it'll break down how to build. They're like little. They're not like video courses. They're like quick little. You click and it like gives you a little breakdown and there's little quizzes. It's really cool. So I highly recommend vidIQ.
I think maybe we should also preference that this like whole thing is part of the building your personal brand.
Yeah.
That we were talking about, because we kind of just jumped right into this.
Yeah.
You know, so definitely want to make it clear that this is probably part of.
If you're starting a business, I guess we should go to business versus personal brand then first.
Yeah.
So there's two reasons for you wanting to have a YouTube channel and why you should have a YouTube channel. So say you're starting a business like us and you want to reach customers. You want to build a relationship with customers. Maybe you have an online store and you're trying to get customers, but there's only 5,000 people that live in your town. So advertising locally is an option, but you only can get so much growth that way. You can only get 5,000 customers, and you're not going to get everyone. So you need to build a personal brand so that people can feel like they've met you and feel like they know you without actually meeting you. You build culture, you build a brand. I see that as like culture. A brand is just culture.
Yeah.
Like people associate you with quality or just being helpful. You know, you give them information. Like me doing this right now, us doing this right now, is giving you guys information that will help you so that you trust us essentially. And it's not like I'm going to do this and they're going to trust me. Like you have to build an actual relationship.
Yeah.
You have to actually help the people in order for them to have any reason to want to be with you, to build loyalty. So there's the business side where you have to build trust with customers so that they choose you over the other guy. Or now with like Instagram and stuff, you can just have a personal brand. It can just be your lifestyle and the things that you're doing shared on social media, and people like to watch it. And then you get money from either like, I eat this chocolate bar, and they pay you to say that.
Yeah.
And so those are the two ways you can go. Even if you're not trying to start like a business, you can just have a personal brand and make money off of that. And that's what a lot of people do now. Like, the girls that just drink Starbucks and go to the gym and make videos about that stuff, like that's their full-time job.
That's their personal brand, you'd say, right?
Their personal brand versus like a business brand. And then, I mean, they kind of are the same thing, but there's a slight difference where it's like, if you have just a personal brand, you can have a personal brand that is associated with your business brand and kind of makes those contributes to your product sales.
Like maybe a good distinction is like, for us, we're building a personal brand about a business.
Yeah.
But
so our
like
personal
Snap-on doesn't have a
faceless,
face.
right? Yeah.
Like that is just a business brand that they've created.
Yeah, and I think now, like Andy says this all the time, like it's gonna start to be every business brand is gonna need a personal brand.
Like
to
it's
go along
shifting
with it.
towards people want a face behind.
Right, like they don't just want Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
they
like
want,
who is Coca-Cola?
Right, they want. What's an example? I can't think of a big brand with a person behind it, but like Gary
that just
Vee,
goes to show how limited it, like how rare it is to have a brand with a face behind it, with a human connection.
Yeah. Banks. Banks. Like
Yeah,
they make
Banks.
the diesel stuff. Like Gale Banks is the face.
Yeah.
And the personal brand behind that. So yeah, that's good. Like, you can do it either way. You can start doing YouTube and stuff just because you want to develop a personal brand and, maybe do some makeup tutorials or skiing or snowboarding, or you can do it for the reason of, I have this business and I want to associate myself and my brand with that business in order to, so people, you know, have a sense of trust there and to build relationships that benefit my business. Yeah, we didn't cover a tripod.
Yeah, because we jumped down to here.
So yeah, you want to have some kind of tripod. Right now we're using like a little short-legged tabletop tripod, but I have one that I use for my videos that's taller because sometimes I want to be table height, sometimes I want to be, you know, standing height. So that's helpful, getting a tripod like that.
And I don't feel like you need to break the bank on a tripod.
No, like $50 maybe.
Yeah, like, you know, maybe I'll show that one there.
Yeah, if you want to. Mine's a bit taller than that, and it's got like a bendable head on it, which is nice.
Yeah, this one's just, this was like $20.
You gotta come back a little further right there.
Yeah, I'm just showing the top.
Oh, okay.
It's got, you know, the adjustable head and everything, and it's collapsible.
Yeah.
But it's only, what, 4 feet tall maybe?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But that was like $20, and this works good for, you know, kind of sitting down situations.
Yeah. You know what? We'll link all of the stuff that we use in the description here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So if you guys want to check those out, pick it up, you can do that.
Yeah, link in the description. Yeah, that'll definitely get people in the right direction. So we covered that. We covered vidIQ, cameras, mics. What about consistency for your channel?
Break down for me what we meant by that exactly, consistency. What was the big bullet point?
Channel topic.
Oh, yeah. So you guys, say you're trying to start a personal business brand. Your business brand is making high quality watches. You don't want to be making videos about racing on the weekends. If you're making just a personal brand, then you can have your I make watches as a hobby, and then I also ski.
Yeah.
And then, you know, because people aren't coming to learn how to do those things specifically, they're just coming to see you do it. But if your brand is centered around your business, you want people coming for the thing you're selling or offering, or the service that you're offering to provide. So for me, I got a little mixed up in this. I get kind of pulled in a couple different directions. So what I do for a day job is welding. What my business is going to be is welding on cars. So, or you know, building cars with welding and fabrication skills. So it's a little bit mismatched. Like, I do videos on just how to weld, and then I do videos also on cars. So they are technically different topics, but they're very similar to one another. And also, the people who are watching, if they're interested in welding, there's a pretty good chance that they're interested in cars as well.
Yeah.
And then we're also getting into business stuff as well, but that's also somewhat vertically integrated into what we're doing. It is a business brand, and we do want to share that stuff. Although I would categorize, I kind of transitioned from, I made this YouTube channel, the title, I made the name of it my name instead of my business name like it was before. So I'm getting more in that personal brand realm.
Maybe this is a good spot for wait for a following to expand
I was just going to hit that. Yeah. So if you want to cover more than one thing, like for me, I started out with just welding stuff, and I got somewhat of a following. I'm not going to say it's a big following, but
no, it's a good,
you know. So I got somewhat of a following, and then I saw, okay, a lot of these people are interested in the other things I want to talk about. A lot of the people that are wanting to learn how to weld want to learn how to weld so they can start their own business. So now I'm sharing stuff like this podcast on how to start a business, how to, you know, best practices. And I'm expanding that to more than just the welding community so that anyone can come and watch. But that's one thing. If you're going to start a channel about your welding classes and you do that, and then you make a video about cooking zucchini bread, that might not make so much sense.
Yeah, that's probably going to get you in the wrong direction.
Right, and it's not that that's really going to hurt anything, it's just not going to push you forward as much. So if it's a personal brand and you talk about this is the hobby I do, and then my other hobby is cooking zucchini bread, that's one thing. You know, people might come for you. People are going to come for you. They may not care as much what you're doing. But if you're just doing your business and your business is welding, don't start adding zucchini bread videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's things you can do in that, like I'm expanding in a direction that also serves the following that I already have. I might lose a couple people, but I think most of the people are gonna like what I'm doing as well. What I'm doing in the slightly different areas, but also parallel areas.
Could you say that you're kind of refining but expanding your viewers as well? Because you're going to lose maybe some of those people, but you could potentially grab 10 more.
Right. So
you know what I mean?
You're thinking like, and vidIQ will teach you about this too if you grab that. It tells you like, you got to think about it as your audience is one person. Who's the ideal person that you want to target?
Okay.
So for me, the ideal person I want to target is essentially me.
Yeah.
Like it's the people like me, the people that are interested in business, because that's the message that I'm going to convey the best.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not like me, if you don't like the things I like, if you don't want to do the things I want to do, then I'm not the person for you to watch. You know, you're not going to be able to learn how to cook zucchini bread from me because I don't cook zucchini bread.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to learn how to weld from me without hearing about some business stuff. Like if you don't want to hear about business stuff when you're welding, like then go watch Pacific Arc TIG welding or something.
Yeah.
You know, because he's more just strictly welding. So don't try to get everyone. Try to get the people that love you, are gonna like you can try to get the people that are gonna be like meh about you, or you can get half as many people that are like, I love this guy.
Yeah.
And those guys are gonna do way better, gonna help you out way more, and you're gonna be able to help them way more than you would those people that are just like meh, you know?
Yeah.
So that's, you really wanna focus on the people who are gonna engage strongly instead of trying to get a lot of people. So yeah, does that probably answers your question?
Yeah, I mean that pretty much covers waiting for a following to expand.
Yeah. What was our next point there?
Tips on good content. You know, create value through entertainment or education.
Yeah, so when you guys are making a video, people usually think like, someone tells you got to make quality content. You're usually like lighting, sound, entertaining, this stuff, but it's not that. That's stuff that I would put up under production value. But here we're talking about quality of the content. Content, what's contained in your video.
If I can interrupt, I want to say, I think some of the most quality videos I've ever seen are usually the ones that are like filmed in some dude's garage with a flashlight stuck, you know, stuffed under a truck or something. Like those usually, just because they look like crap, they're so high in information and quality
like,
that they're good videos.
Yeah, like how many old dudes have you watched that? This is my first YouTube video, but
they have a ton of knowledge.
Right, they have a ton of knowledge, and it's like, wow, this lighting sucks. I can barely hear this guy, and there's a fan running in the background, but he's fucking smart.
Yeah.
So,
all that goes out the window. All you care about is the information he's giving you.
The better you are, the more people like you, the more they're willing to ignore the flaws.
Yeah.
So there's two ways you can provide that kind of value. That's either through entertainment or education. And I believe there is another one, but I'm pretty sure it's not like, you can pretty much sum it all up between education or entertainment. So, and you know, education can be like, you're educating them on how to do something or solving a problem in their life. Entertainment can be like jokes, like fail videos, you know, something like that. I'm more in the education department. My goals are to help people with business, with welding, or you know, just bettering their lives through whatever they're passionate about doing. So that's what I try to provide value on. I try to tell you guys, look, these are the mistakes I made and the lessons that I learned, and I hope that you learn that lesson from my mistakes so that you don't have to go through that. And that's providing value. If I can, like for example, this podcast, a lot of the pain in entrepreneurship comes from uncertainty, not knowing what's going to happen. And so what I'm trying to do is trying to walk you guys through, especially in the previous episode of this podcast, these are the things you're going to go through. It's going to be hard. So that when you hit hard times, you're not like, I'm failing. You're like, oh, this is what's supposed to be happening. I'm on the right track. And being able to help you avoid that difficulty, that feeling of you're failing, is providing you value. So whatever niche you're in, if you can do that, that's the value you want to provide. So that kind of goes into value per minute.
Yeah.
So when you're making a video, you want to focus on value per minute. If your video is 8 minutes long, you want to try to have as many you want to have like this sentence provides this value, and then the next sentence provides more value. It's hard to say when you're starting out, you can make a video and you can have those bits of information, but spend more time kind of like stumbling over your words.
Yeah, your value per minute's probably going to be low when you first start.
Right.
Until you understand it.
Like you might be showing someone something that you think is like important, but in reality, they're not really getting value from that. And then you'll learn like, okay, I was going to show this, but that's not really important. Ignore that and replace it with this thing that, oh, I had trouble with this thing. This is the thing I should share with them.
So I think I found when I make my little videos and stuff like on Instagram that the best way for me to identify that my value per minute from an outside view is low is when I rewatch it. Because in the moment I'm sitting there explaining all this stuff and it sounds good.
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know if you agree, but rewatching me saying all that, I'm like, wow, I just said the same thing 15 different ways.
Right. No, I rewatch my videos. Like this last podcast we made, I probably rewatched it 5 times, and it was over an hour long. And so that can be tough, but like it's a huge learning experience.
Yeah.
Like if you watch it again, you're like, oh, I'm doing that, and that's not good. And then you develop the the vision of when you're making the video, being able to identify like, no, that's that thing I was doing before that's not good.
That's when you start identifying
Stop doing
your
that,
value per minute.
And it's like, okay, what is the value thing? So like when I'm doing a welding tutorial, I can be telling you, oh, I have this torch. It's a really nice torch. I like it. It's like, wait, the goal of this video is to teach them how to run this weld. This torch is not, like, although it's cool, maybe I'm interested in it, this is not the value that came here.
Yeah.
So instead of saying that, I might say, now with this weld, this thing's a little bit tricky, and I found the way around that is to use this strategy and, not use as much filler rod or move a little slower or something like that. So that's one sentence, and then the next sentence, you go to another thing that is going to answer. You want to try to answer the question in their head before they have to ask it.
Yeah.
So if you can do that, people will be like, oh,
yeah,
you just solved my
huge.
problem. Yeah.
When somebody comes up with a question in their head,
and then you speak on
and
it,
then you
right
answer
next,
it like immediately.
Yeah.
That's like huge for like people are
It's
gonna
value.
They're gonna say, oh, wow, this guy's
he knows what
good.
he's doing. Yeah. And Andy will talk. Andy from I feel like we gotta mention this in every podcast in case people are new. Andy Frisella does the MFCEO project far better than the value we're able to provide you at this time.
Yeah.
So go check him out if you haven't. I know on Spotify I link that to our Spotify podcast.
Oh, his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
because,
I didn't even know we were doing that.
Yeah, because he's better than us for sure. And,
and
like that's where we kind of got this mindset from, and
we can
want
only
to
show
share that
so
to
much.
you guys. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we're still like this stuff is still practice for us. So
yeah.
We want you guys to see him and
He's
get it straight
next
from the
level.
source.
Yeah.
So check him out, and I completely just lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I know. We were going off on a tangent.
Yeah.
We were talking about answering questions before the
Yeah.
viewer has to ask it. And you were saying, I think you were going with Andy and Vaughn, how, like, I've noticed Andy says something, and then Vaughn's kind of that voice in your head asking the question. And Andy usually ends up just answering it before Vaughn even gets the chance to.
I don't think that's where I was going, but whatever. We'll move on to the next point, because I just screwed that up. But
all right. Well, we're at production value, what the video looks like.
Yeah. So this is the difference between there's production value and content. Content, like we were saying, is your value per minute, the information in it. Production value is your sound, your lighting, your camera angles, stuff like that. So sound, pretty simple. If the person can hear you, there's not a lot of background noise that's like just annoying. Your sound is good. As long as they can hear you, it's clear, it's not muffled, it's not, I don't know, whatever. Whatever is like when you hear audio, it's like, that's shit.
Yeah.
There's not some secret where the person you watch on YouTube who's famous has better audio. It's just, they can hear you, it's clear, it's smooth, you're good. So that's audio production value. And then what's the next one we have?
Camera angles.
Camera angles. So this was one, Justin actually helped me out with this a bit. When you have a camera angle, like you can see us, for example, you can see everything kind of around us. You can see our list we're going off of. And there's a few things in the background that are related to what we do. But you want to keep it simple, and you want to have everything that you need in the shot, but not things that are unnecessary for the shot. For example, if you're talking to the camera, you really want yourself to be the focal point. You don't want to have something in the background that's just
flashing lights,
right,
or
taking their attention. Like, you can have a nice background that's a nice environment, but
yeah, I think we spend a lot of time getting our background. We call it busyness, the background busyness.
Busyness, yeah.
We spent a lot of time on this background, going back and forth on, like, just turning the hutch lights off, if we should get rid of the Mac sign that's over there.
Yeah.
Like we had a stereo here with
right,
flashing lights that we said was too busy.
Yeah.
Like, we spent a lot of time on that, and that's probably a good place to spend a little bit of time on.
Yeah,
for your first
and
videos.
that doesn't mean like hours. That doesn't mean overthink it.
Yeah.
It just means like don't have a stack of a bunch of stuff. Like, it's pretty open back here. We've got the two cars, and we didn't place the cars there intentionally. They were just there.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then a big thing when you do your thumbnails and stuff, like not having a busy thumbnail. We'll get into that later. That's more important than not having a busy background during the video.
Yeah.
So we've got busyness.
You want to change your camera angles throughout for engagement and retention.
Yeah, so don't run the same camera angle the whole time. Like, okay, this is a podcast, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
But for me, when I'm making a welding tutorial, say I run the same camera angle when you're looking straight at me just like this, and then I'm doing something where I'm welding, you want to be closer for when I'm welding, because you don't need to see my whole body when I'm welding if you're trying to learn how to do what I'm doing. You need to see the weld. And then just moving the camera every now and then keeps people, keeps their attention. If it's in the same place, they're kind of just like looking at it. There's no excitement there. If you're like getting different shots, getting cool angles.
Yeah, this is something I learned in our video editing class that I took. And they said, I don't remember the exact numbers, but they said just slightly, like, you don't have to like move the camera to a whole nother spot.
Right.
They said just a simple, like, if you move it 6 inches, do a hard cut, and then transition to that it like refreshes the brain of the viewer. Right. Because they lose that focus. They say like 15 seconds or something, they lose that mental focus.
Yeah.
And just a simple little, cut of the camera, they say, brings that attention back.
Yeah, so you don't have to go crazy with it. I would say, like, I go from speaking to welding when I go to welding, I change the angle so that they can see what I'm doing. Or if, you know, like you can do this sometimes. I know a lot of people do this in a video where it's just talking the whole time. They'll walk around the house and film one talking point in each room or something like that.
Yeah, I've noticed that. That's usually a good, like, you don't realize how engaging that is until you sit back and, you know, analyze the video.
Right. And so, I mean, I honestly would say, like, with us doing this podcast right now, we could be doing that, but we're kind of going to rely more on the value per minute. Like we said, if your value is high, they'll ignore some of the other flaws. So although we're not switching camera angles to keep your attention, if our value is good, we're going to retain you.
Maybe it's safe to say that, like, the actual video portion of the podcast to us isn't very important. It's the actual...
Well, also, it's going to be on Spotify, so it's just going to be audio.
It's
on
what we're trying to convey, what we're trying to say is our focal
That's
point.
what you're here for.
Yeah.
You know, you
not
click a
necessarily
podcast
the video.
not looking for video quality.
Yeah.
And I will say you can watch the video on Spotify. The video is on there.
Yeah.
But most people are going to be listening with the phone off in their pocket or something.
I don't think the only time I think I've ever listened to a podcast and wanted to see the video was just to put a face to the voice.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That was the only reason. And that does help. Like, and, you know, listening to Andy talk about, you know, his tattoos and his weight loss and all that, it got to the point where it's like, you know what, I kind of want to get to know this guy a little more.
That when they do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that kind of ties in with how, like, the video isn't quite as important if you have good value. Focus on good value. Don't go crazy on, like for me, and this will bring us right into transitions. Was that in this section?
No, transitions we have in the next section.
Okay, then we'll switch right over to the next section.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, I was like, how do I get people really, like, to want to watch this stuff? It's like, oh, I got to have bright flashing lights and transitions and fancy stuff like that. And it's like, no, you just need to provide value. So you can overdo transitions. You don't need a transition between every scene switch. I would say if you're going to do a transition, maybe have your intro, like you'll probably see in this video. We'll have our intro with some music, and then it'll do a transition, and then there won't be a transition for the rest of the video.
Yeah.
And if you're doing, you know, it depends on the kind of video. Some have more transitions, some have less, but just a hard cut is fine in a lot of situations. Especially, like, if you're not moving your location. I would say if you're moving your location, like if we moved from here to another room, maybe we could do a fade or something like that. But if we're just gonna switch talking points and we had a slight pause in there, don't put a transition in there. Just hard cut it and transition to don't transition, just hard cut to the next video.
Yeah, and even that hard cut, like, even though we didn't necessarily change camera positions, just having
it can be a little reset.
Yeah, just having that little hard cut where you see us kind of teleport to the next position that we're sitting in for the next topic also kind of re-engages the viewer's mind.
And I would say at the same time, you can develop your own little style. Maybe you like more transitions and you think it flows. I would just say, like, if you're gonna do transitions, don't do like a bright flashing light between every scene. Like, that's gonna be corny. That's what you're trying to avoid, is being corny.
Like, there's a lot of YouTube channels that actually
do have a lot of transitions,
and it's just hard cuts, and they don't even move the camera, like, almost the whole video.
Well, there is some, like, a lot of YouTube channels also that do a lot of, like, a more fast-paced video. They'll have a lot of, like, screen slides to the left or screen shrinks and then comes back. Like, they'll have a lot of that, and that's just their style. But you don't have to do that.
Yeah, keep it simple. It's pretty much what we have for
nail
this.
down your style over time. You don't have to have it right out of the gate. Just make the video, ensure that there is value in every sentence you put out, and worry about developing your style and production value as you go. Do we have any other points we have in editing?
Yeah, we have a few more. We kind of caught this one already, cut out big pauses.
Yeah, well, so I've gone crazy on, this is actually funny. I went so crazy on cutting out ums and ahs and pauses. I went so crazy on that in a video and scripting things. I went so crazy on that to the point where people were asking me if it was AI.
Yeah, you start to sound like a robot.
Yeah,
because it doesn't sound natural to. There's no natural when you say or ah, like that's natural.
And so I would record each sentence over and over again to get it perfect because I was trying to provide value. I was trying to get the point across well. And that video did pretty well. People liked it, but I probably hurt the relation a little bit more because people were seeing me as this guy's a robot, not, oh, he fucked up his words. That's a little funny. I do that too. You know? So you don't want to go crazy on that. My rule would be if it like interrupts the message, or if I give you a point and I'm like, so this what do I mean by that? Oh, okay. And then I continue. Maybe cut that out. But if it's just like this, and then that, don't cut that out. Yeah. Like people are gonna be okay with that, especially like we've said a million times. If you're providing value, they'll be able to ignore and look past that. Yeah.
Use music when there's no speech.
Yeah.
And don't use music when you are talking.
This was one that I learned.
Yeah, you learned this.
Well, so this is actually another good story. My most viewed video, this backs up our value per minute thing. My most viewed video, 80,000 views on how to weld aluminum. Dude, like 2,000 comments of like, like 2,000 comments of like, this was such a great video. But like 500 of those comments were, I can barely hear you over this music. It's so annoying, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, please repost with no music.
Right, like, so that backs up the fact that if your value is there, like people would also say like, man, that music is really annoying, but great info.
Yeah.
And they'd say, but great info, I subscribed. And it's like, okay, so clearly they were able to look past that due to the fact that there was good value, but it took away from it. Like if I had no music in those sections where I was talking and providing value, they would have had no complaints. Yeah. So my rule of thumb is if you're talking and providing value, don't put music in. Like you might think that, my voice is a little boring. I think that a lot. Like I'm pretty monotone.
Yeah.
But if you're providing value, you don't need the music, even if you don't have maybe a voice for radio or whatever.
Yeah.
But in like, if you want to generate that excitement like we do in the beginning of these podcasts, we throw some exciting music over what we're saying just to increase that mood.
Yeah.
But then the whole podcast, we don't put music over that because we got you excited and now you're here for the information. We're not trying to, we're relying on our value to provide that entertainment. And so in a video, if you're doing like B-roll, where you're like filming a car or something, or you baked a cake and now you're showing the details of the cake. Put some music over that. That's a good place for music. But when you're telling them how to ice the cake and the strategy for getting the perfect little shape of the icing, then you don't need
no music.
No music.
Yeah, it just gets in the way when you're talking.
Right.
Next thing we have is keep the sex
Yes, keep the sex to a minimum in your videos.
Keep the text simple. No colors, no crazy text animations.
Right.
Like
keep the sex simple.
Yeah, nobody wants to see your text animation float in from outer space.
So this is another balancing act, like it was with transitions and the music. It's like there can be some situations, like in the beginning of this video, when the title of our podcast comes in, there's an animation for the text. It's colorful, it's big, it's a fancy font and whatever. That can be a good time for that. But then, say you're going through your video and you say something that wasn't what you meant to say. Like it made sense when you said it, but then you rewatch it and it's like, that's not really the point I want to get across. And so you want to throw a little bar of text in there that just, a couple words that corrects what you were saying so they understand it better. That doesn't have to be a crazy transition with fancy colors. Like, throw a decent font on it, a basic font that's, easily legible, white text, black border, make sure they can read it well, make sure it's up for the right amount of time, but there doesn't have to be a transition in and out.
Yeah.
If you do want to do like a fade out, whatever, but if it just disappears, like, that's not going to be a detail that people are like, what a loser, he didn't add a transition.
But that's a big one, though, when you said make sure they can read it.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many videos somebody will put text on the video, and it's like white text over
On
a white background.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're trying to, like, you pause in the video, you're trying to read what it says.
You got to go back.
Yeah, you got to go back, and you got to, like, pause it on, like, one specific frame.
Yeah.
Like, that's super, super annoying.
Yeah. And that's another thing, like, make sure it is up for long enough. What I'll do is I'll read it. I'll put the text there for how long I think it needs, and I'll watch the video, and when it pops up, I'll wait a second till after it pops up to start reading it, and I'll make sure I can get through the whole thing before it goes away. And then add a little extra time. Maybe you're a faster reader than most
because you can't
people.
guess everybody's reading speed, but you can at least try your best.
It's better for it to be up there a little longer than they need it than for it to be up there not long enough and they either miss the information or have to go back.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's one thing I've always, and I gotta admit, I've learned that from being a slow reader.
Yeah, I can't stand that. You're trying to read something and then it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on.
And it's like, I know it's on me that I'm a slow reader, but at the same time,
yeah. But there's some videos where it's just like bink bink, and you're like, what the heck? It's like there was no thought behind it,
Yeah, and people will notice your effort that you put into that stuff.
Yeah, you could tell somebody didn't rewatch their video when you see their text just flash on, flash off.
Yeah.
They just wrote it, put a couple seconds on, and then gone.
Another thing, this isn't like exactly related, but in a video I was watching from Rob Dahm a little while ago, very famous car YouTuber, like millions of subscribers. I was watching one of his videos, and I'm going through it, and he said a line, and like, I guess it wasn't exactly how he wanted to say it, and he like redid it. And that's something you would have expected to be cut out.
Yeah.
But he didn't cut it out.
Yeah.
And that was okay because it's Rob Dahm.
Yeah.
I ignored that because I like what he's talking about. And maybe it's someone you're watching for the first time and you're not getting that value per minute. You might be like, what an idiot.
Yeah.
But when it's Rob Dahm, you're like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Like, left that in there.
Yeah,
Maybe I wonder if he did that on purpose. This, that.
Yeah.
So provide the value, and people will see you in that light. You'll be able to make more mistakes instead of them seeing being like, what an idiot.
Yeah.
And maybe some people will say that no matter what an idiot.
Oh,
no
absolutely.
Matter what. But think about it this way: that person unsubscribes because they think you're an idiot. Well, they're probably the idiot, the kind of person that you don't want watching.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, if you guys just got offended because you were thinking that we were idiots and we just called you an idiot, go away, because we're looking for the people that are here for the value, and there's nothing wrong with that. You want to hit the people that are your people. I want to hit the people that aren't here to see me make a perfect video. They're here to get the value that I'm offering to them.
Yeah, I don't want the guy that's going to go in the comments right now and pick out that I just said
Sext instead of text. Yeah.
Like, if you're going to do that, you're the exact person we don't want we don't want watching.
Yeah, and it's not like we hate you, but it's like...
It's just like, go somewhere else.
Go somewhere where you enjoy what you're watching.
Yeah.
And you're not like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, if you're picking out the way we say things, you clearly don't enjoy the information we're trying to give.
Yeah, and you clearly don't get, like, that stuff's not important.
Yeah, yeah. Next shot we have is long form, under 30 minutes.
Yeah, so obviously this podcast is over 30 minutes, but this is, like I said, it's a podcast that's more normal. You're here for value. You're not going to be, listening to a podcast typically just for quick.
Yeah.
You expect to have a longer podcast when you click on a podcast.
But you don't expect the baking video to be 4 hours long.
Right. So when I make pretty much any video, I try to keep it under 30 minutes. Some of them go over, some of them are, 15 minutes, some are 10 minutes. There's probably no harm in going like under 10 minutes, but I find it difficult to get the value in 10 minutes.
Yeah, in under 10 minutes.
And that probably just depends on your topic. You know, if you're doing a tutorial on how to download a document, how to download an image from Google,
just get to the point.
Yeah,
like,
that might be a 3-minute video.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Like that's a big one. It's just that's part of the consistency.
Right. Don't try to make it long.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would keep them under 30 minutes if possible. If you're like going hard on value, if you have 40 minutes of hard value, okay, 40 minutes.
Put it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this guy named Caleb Ralston, I believe it is, and he's an awesome person about branding, to listen to about branding and making good videos and stuff like that. He has a 6-hour-long video just on making YouTube videos and branding.
Yeah, wow.
But
it's
one of his best
good.
videos.
Yeah,
and it's
good.
Huge value per minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Don't make a video longer than, if you have 30 minutes of value, make your video 30 minutes.
Yeah, and if you only have 10 minutes of value, don't try and stretch it
try
for
to make
30.
it 30, yeah.
Okay.
Because then people are just gonna, you know, especially if you put the value in the middle, the 10 minutes of value in the middle, and there's, I don't know, 10 minutes in the beginning of garbage, no one's gonna make it. They're gonna make it 2 minutes, and then they're gonna click off your video.
They're not gonna get through the 2 minutes.
Or
10
they'll
minutes.
make it, if they do make it to the value, they'll listen to 20 minutes, and then it will be no value, and then they'll click off of it. Yeah. And then about shorts.
Yeah, short form, under
So-
30 minutes, keep it high value.
Short form.
Or 3 minutes,
3
sorry.
minutes, yeah. So I believe shorts on YouTube can be up to 3 minutes long. If you have 3 minutes of value and you'd like to make a 3-minute short, go for it. Most of mine are around a minute because they have value, but I'm saving the bulk of the value for my long form content. So if you click on the 1 minute long video, I'll just put a minute worth of value in it, and then I'll link my long form one, so you can click on that one if you want more. If you're doing something like a B-roll, just a video of your cake that you baked, showing the details, 15, 30 seconds, whatever you think. I have this problem a lot where I have the details that I want people to see, and so I'll try to get every little detail people want to see, and then it's fucking a minute long of B-roll.
Yeah.
And it's like, people, when it's B-roll like that with music over it, people just want to see like 15 seconds. Boom, 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 done.
Yeah.
So if it's just B-roll, keep it short. If it's entertainment, keep it short. If it's value, you can have it be a little bit longer, I would say. And that's like a maybe thing. Like I might be wrong in situations there.
I mean, perfect example is those Instagram videos I was showing you. It was 2 cuts.
Yeah.
15 seconds max.
Yeah.
And it got 4,000 views.
Yeah.
But that was just entertainment. There was no value or education to that.
Right. When you have a really short video with like pretty shots and nice scenes, someone might watch that video 4 times just to get that dopamine hit 4 times.
Yeah.
You know, so that's good. But someone's probably not gonna watch a 3-minute or even a 1-minute video 4 times over.
Yeah, of those shots in the 15-second video.
Right.
Yeah. But the value, if the value's there,
Yeah.
person might want to watch it for the full 3 minutes.
Well, even if it's 3 minutes long and it's just value, at least from my personal, like me watching videos, I'm probably not going to watch it over completely 3 minutes, or maybe I'll scrub to the point I want.
Yeah.
But I'm probably not going to watch a 3-minute video 4 times over.
No, just once. We get into scheduling. We have that
so
next.
scheduling is bullshit. I would say. Now, to a point. So when you don't have a big following, even for me, I have not been like, okay, I'm going to post a video every Friday at 2 p.m. I am not to that point yet. Maybe I should be, but I'm not, and I don't think I need to be. So I will, my strategy for when you start a YouTube, this is the strategy I did. Post as much shit as you can. Do the best quality, the best production value that you're capable of. do as much as you can. Then you get to a point, okay, that video sucked, didn't do well, and I know why, because I had poor production value and little value per minute in the video. So I need to do now I need to decrease my quantity, and then, so I have this video A that is just poor production value and poor value per minute. I have video B, which got 3 times as many views, good content, or good production value, and good value per minute. So these videos, I need to not make them anymore. These videos need to be the only thing I make. So now this video takes more time to make than this video. So now you need to start making only your best value per minute and production value. Make only those videos. So you decrease, since it takes more time, you have to decrease your quantity. So maybe instead of making a short per day or 1 post per day, you make 1 per week. But you make one every other day. It depends on if you're doing shorts or long form. Let's focus on long form for now. Instead of making 1 video a week or 1 video a day, now you got to make 1 per week. Usually it takes me at least a week to make a good long form video. And that's not like full time working on it, but
yeah.
So instead of making 1 per week, you got to make 1 per month now. So you just decrease your quantity so that you can really hone in on that quality, master that quality. So I feel like I'm being a bit repetitive with this, but the basic idea is you put out a bunch of content, you identify what is bad about the content you're making, you identify the ones that are doing well and the ones that you did better quality and better value per minute. You throw out the mistakes that you were making on the bad ones, and then you decrease your quantity to really hone in on the good value per minute and good production value, because typically those are going to take longer since you have to put more thought and more effort into making the good quality ones. So you decrease your quantity in order to do that. And then once you really have that nailed down, you figure out, okay, how can I start making that same quality and same value per minute, but more often, so that you can put out more content. And then you do that. And then you just do that as much as you can, see which ones are doing better, better value, better, you'll pick up on what causes more value and what causes better production value. And then you do that again. You reduce your quantity and focus on improving your quality, and you just keep doing that pretty much until you get to the point where you don't think you can increase your quality anymore, which is almost never, but there's a point where you're just going to be hitting the wall of perfectionism, and it's never going to be perfect. And then once you hit that point where you're like, okay, this is pretty much the best quality I can do, it's getting good engagement, people are liking it, and then you just try to make as much of it as you can without sacrificing quality or value per minute. So then you get to the point where I just got to make a shitload of this content to reach as many people as I can and, grow the channel. So what's our next point here?
How to get clicks.
Perfect.
Title quality, thumbnail quality.
Yeah, so this is one that vidIQ really helps with. They'll give you a score on how good your thumbnail is, how good your title is, and they'll break down the good and the bad of each, and then that helps you to identify how to make better ones. So you see a good video that makes you want to click it, and you'll notice that there's a title, and then that title you'll have complementary text and images in your thumbnail that complement that title. So, for example, with this one,
I feel like
this
our
thumbnails
are good examples.
We did pretty well with this one. This on YouTube. This video, or the previous podcast video, where it says, what was that title? It was what nobody talks about.
The real talk nobody gives.
Yeah, the real talk nobody gives, and then the thumbnail says, success is simple, not easy. So you read the title and you're like, what's the real talk nobody gives? What's that about? And then you see the thumbnail that says, success is simple, not easy. And now you know, okay, this is going to tell me why success is simple, but why it's not easy. And so then you click on it. So now you can notice in our thumbnail here, we've got not a ton of stuff going on in the background, and maybe I'll throw a picture up on here. Not a ton going on in the background. It's a focus of me and Justin sitting there, so you know it's kind of like a podcast format. And we've got big letters. You want the letters to be big, and they're just white with a red border. Nothing crazy, no crazy font, no crazy bright lights or anything. It's just, you see the words. It's a nice clean picture, clean background. And
I like how you highlighted us.
Yeah,
it really emphasizes.
Yeah, it makes us kind of pop a little bit. There's some glow around us sitting here. And
how did you do that though? I think people
I used
are going to
vidIQ. So I took a picture from our podcast, like a frame from our podcast of us talking, and you know, I've got my hands folded like this. It shows kind of a serious, like we're giving the real talk nobody gives, and it's success is simple, not easy. So we're kind of serious looking, and we're engaged in conversation that kind of complements the title and the meaning of what the video is going to be about. And this is a skill to develop. This isn't something you're just going to be good at. You got to see what works and what doesn't, and you'll get a taste in your head for, you know, what complements what and what makes sense.
Does that vidIQ give you a score on the thumbnail too?
vidIQ gives you a score on the thumbnail. It'll score you on it complementing the title, it conveying a message, it facilitating like intrigue, you know, making people wonder, and it'll give you a score on your title. You know, you want a title that invokes curiosity.
Yeah.
And it's the same with the thumbnail. So it'll give you a score on both of those, and it'll tell you why it's good or why it's bad. The title score thing on vidIQ can be off sometimes, but most of the time it's good. I think their thumbnail one is better. It's more accurate, their thumbnail score. But also they have those courses that you can go through, and it explains all of this better than we're able to do it. And tells you how to develop that taste for what's good and what's not good. So, what else do we have in that?
That's it for that bullet. Title quality and thumbnail quality.
Okay. Is there a point under that or no?
Yeah, we've got one more main bullet point left.
Yeah, what's that?
Tips for starting, but the first one we kind of touched. Make 5 videos and post all at once.
Yeah. So, when you first start your channel, don't make one video and then post it. Make 5 videos. So the reason for that is you want people to watch your first video, and then if they like that video, they go to your channel and there's only one video on it, and they're like, well, shit, bye.
Yeah.
But if there's another video of that same, say they like your video, they like that value, they want more. You want to have more that they can look at so that they can get really hooked on you.
There's 4 more already there.
Yeah, so instead of just having one and they don't have anything else to look at, now maybe they watch 2 videos and they like them, they're going to subscribe if they didn't from the first one. So that's why you want to have 5 videos for them to watch, or I'd say at least 3, you know?
Yeah.
So make all those 5 videos and post them all at once. What else do we have under that?
We have
else there?
Yeah, make short form videos
from your long forms. So when you make a long video, like for this podcast and all our podcasts, for example, we'll make the podcast, and then we'll take a few clips from each one and we'll put them together in a short. And we'll take a few clips from that podcast, put them together in a short, and then post them. And pretty much what that does is when people watch the short, they like the little tip, the little, insights that we give in the short, and then they're like, I want more of that, and we link the long form to that short, so they can just click it and it'll pull the long form, the full podcast up. So that's a big thing. And when you make a short, you don't have a thumbnail exactly like you do on a long form video. It'll be a picture from inside. You'll select one frame from that short, and then it's good to do like captions of what you're saying, so that you can have as your thumbnail one of those captions. And you want to make that caption the same way you do with a thumbnail on a long form. You make that caption like some words that you said that complement your title. So our title here is The Simple Formula for Success, and then the words, the captions that we have on that thumbnail are for literally anyone. So it's, the simple formula for success. I wonder if that applies to me. And then they see the thumbnail and it says for literally anyone. And that conveys our overall message of that podcast, which is this formula that we have will work for literally anyone. So that's what you want to do. You want them to be able to read the title and the thumbnail and say, I want to know the formula for success, and this one works for literally anyone, so I want to watch that video. They watch the short, they like the little tidbits of information we give there. It can be just like a little teaser, or it can be one full point that will provide them value. Our shorts for these podcasts aren't so much value as they are entertainment and intrigue.
Yeah.
Because we don't really give the full point in the shorts. We just give the little teasers.
Yeah.
And then they click on it. And I want to do some where it's like a full conversation of that point, like just that one point.
Yeah, but I think right now we're in that mode of trying to build engagement.
Right.
And that goes perfectly into our next point of tease the long form video in the shorts.
Yeah, well that's what I mean by that. Like you want to have that. It can either be a few little clips of just shit that sparks curiosity, or you can do one short that's like, say, 2 minutes long that is just you going over one point. And so instead of just sparking curiosity, you're giving that person value in that short. And then if they want more value, they assume there's going to be, because that short's 1 minute long, the podcast is an hour. They're like, there's going to be more of that in that podcast. So they click on it.
Yeah.
And that's about that.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions? Do you have any other ideas there?
No, the only thing that we discussed earlier was just the no content, post only with value in mind.
Post only. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Justin was asking me, like, what if I'm working on cars and I'm waiting on parts and stuff and I don't really have anything to post, but I want to keep posting, or I'm worried that if I don't post, it's going to hurt my channel. So there is... Not posting for a while can hurt your engagement. The algorithm might not like that as much. But I would say if it's only going to be like a week or something, you're going to miss a week, like, don't really worry about it. Just if you have something in mind, like, wait for that. But if you're not sure when you're going to be able to post again and you want to keep some stuff coming, don't just record. Like, so we used the example, Justin was like, well, what if I just made like a short of me cleaning my shop? And I'm like, well, what value does that really bring to your viewers? So maybe if you're a personal brand, just something a little simpler like that, like just this is what I did today, would be providing value. But if you're a business or a personal brand that focuses on a service or a certain hobby, you want that to provide some value. So instead of doing a shop tour, make a video just on a specific tool that you're reviewing. Or if you're baking cakes, make it on this oven and why I like it. Why this oven is good, or the best ovens for baking.
Yeah.
Provide some value. So he makes a video on why this is my favorite torque wrench, why this is the best torque wrenches to buy, something like that. So don't just throw something out there. It has to have a purpose and value that it can provide. Because if you just throw something out there that's not really good production value or doesn't have good value per minute, it's not going to help you. It's just going to Because when the algorithm sees people click your video and then they don't like it and they click off, they don't like, they don't comment, that hurts you in the algorithm. So if you just put up junk, it's going to hurt you more than it's going to help you. So yeah, don't just throw something up. If you have value, if you want to put something up, come up with something that's going to provide value.
Yeah.
And do that. Don't just throw something out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think that's a good point because in my mind I was thinking like
just get something up.
Yeah, just put something up to keep the algorithm flowing on my channel.
So you got to think like the algorithm, yes, it wants to see you posting often, but it also wants to see you getting likes and comments and shares and watch time. So if you make a junk video, the algorithm will be like, they're consistent, but it'll also be like, no one liked that video, no one watched it very much, no one did this, no one did that. So it'll help you on one point and hurt you on three other points. That's not good. You would rather get hurt in the not being consistent, but wait for a video that you get engagement, you get likes, you get views, because that's what the algorithm wants to see is engagement. I'll throw this point in there too. If you're looking to get like sponsorships or something, say like I do welding stuff, I want to get a sponsorship from a welder company, a company that makes welders, and I send them my analytics so they know if I'm a good person to advertise with. They don't just want to see that I get a bunch of views or they don't just want to see that I get a bunch of views. They want to see that I get a bunch of views, but they also want to see that the people that are watching me are engaged. They want to see that they don't just want to advertise with someone that gets a lot of views. They would probably rather advertise with someone who gets less views, but their audience really trusts them and is engaged with them.
Yeah.
It's easier to sell. They call this a warm or a cold customer. So if you have a customer that knows you, loves your brand, follows you, watches your videos over and over, comments, it's going to be easier to sell that person something because they already trust you. But if I go out on the street and try to sell someone something to someone I don't know, they're going to be like, who are you? Why should I trust you? Why should I listen to you? And that doesn't mean you can sell someone who trusts you anything. It still has to be a good product for them. Like if you wouldn't use the product and you know the product's trash, don't try to sell it to them. But if it's like if Justin crashed his car and his car's stuck in the mud and I try to sell him racing slicks, he's going to be like, no, I don't need that. Yeah. But if I try to sell him grippy tires that help you not get stuck in the mud, that's going to actually be beneficial for him. And he'll buy those and he'll want to buy them. So, go for building engagement over just getting views. Now, you want to get views. You want to optimize your videos so that you get the most views possible. But don't just shoot for views because eventually you'll just be getting a ton of views and no one will be liking anything. No one will be coming back. You'll be getting the people off the browse page, but you won't get people searching Pratt Performance Design because they just like your videos.
Yeah.
And that is, like, you want people to come back.
Yeah, you're essentially trying to get those returning customers.
Yeah, because there's 7 billion people in the world, but do you want to get 7 billion views over your lifetime and then no one wants to watch you again? Or do you want to get 700 billion views because everyone came back and watched your video 100 times?
Yeah.
Or your videos, they came back for the next video.
Yeah, it's kind of like, would you rather have passive viewers or active viewers?
Right. You want to have people that like, comment, and share, not people that just watch it off the browse page and never come back.
Yeah, because what good is that going to do you?
Yeah.
If you have passive viewers and then you try and push a product that you sell, those people aren't going to buy it.
People buy from their friends, people that they trust.
Yeah, your active viewers, I feel like, would be the ones that would be buying products you push.
Yeah.
Things like that.
For sure. So, are we going to try to be real today? Do we have any fun topics to talk about, or?
I don't know. Would you say that kind of wraps up our whole?
Yeah, I would say that
starting a YouTube channel.
So, okay, guys, I guess with this wrap up of our. If you haven't seen previous podcasts, what we do here is we get in all of our value, and then we kind of just riff it for the next few minutes and just kind of let you guys get to know us, what we think about, how we talk, stuff like that. So if you guys got all your value and you want to dip out now, that's cool. If you want to hang out for a little longer and just hear us talk, we'd love to get to know you, have you get to know us. Also at this time, it's a good opportunity to say, if you guys enjoyed this podcast, only if you enjoyed it, give it a like, give it a comment, subscribe. If you're watching on Spotify, watching or listening on Spotify, please follow us. Share the podcast. That's the biggest thing. We do this for free. We're not trying to make money off of you. We just want to help you. So please share this podcast with someone that you think would get value from this. Not only are you guys going to be, we don't just say this, you're going to be helping us, but imagine if you send this podcast to someone who's like-minded and they get value from it, they're gonna like you more because you helped them. I know the person that shared Andy Frisella's podcast with me, I like that person a lot now just because they shared that helpful, valuable information. So you don't necessarily have to be the person making the value, as long as you're providing that value by sharing the podcast, the same way that we are providing that value by giving you this material to watch and to learn from. So if you could please share the podcast, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Spotify, all that good stuff. You'll get notified for when we post our podcast weekly. And yeah, I think that follow us on Instagram. I'm Pratt Performance Design on Instagram. Justin?
I'm Wild Performance on Instagram. I think my Instagram and Facebooks should be linked to my YouTube now. Yeah. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you should be able to click my YouTube channel, and it should bring you right to my Instagram and Facebook links.
Same for mine. I believe all my stuff is linked. The Spotify is linked in my bio. If you guys would rather be listening on Spotify, so you can shut your phone off and maybe you don't have YouTube Premium, if you'd rather watch there, head over there. But we'll have them on both platforms for whichever one you prefer. And I think that wraps up our informational section. Just riff it a little bit if you want.
Yeah. I don't...
Do we not have anything for the riffing section?
No, I feel like we always have something.
I kind of want to, because we've kind of missed this in past episodes. I kind of want to tell you guys like the reason that we're doing this, kind of some of the background behind it. We've been doing this for 3 years, trying to figure out how to start a business, and I would honestly say we haven't gotten very far. We've learned a lot.
In the grand scheme of things, no.
We've put in a lot of work, and we've learned a lot of stuff, but we haven't gotten to the point where we're seeing massive results. We're seeing results, like especially me with the YouTube channel growth and the school community that I have for welding, getting a lot of members in there. If you guys are interested in that, if you're not already in it, that link is in my bio. It's completely free. Just join and learn how to weld. I help you how to learn how to weld. I've got courses coming out soon that are also going to be free. Well, I wasn't supposed to say that. That was going to be a surprise.
Well, if they watch the whole podcast, they get to hear the surprise.
Yeah. You get early access to knowing that it's going to be free if you watch this whole podcast. So I guess that's your reward and my thank you to you watching the whole podcast. But, we're doing this because we watched Andy Frisella's MFCEO project podcast, which is fantastic. He's been doing this far longer than we have, and we just want to pass that information and that help and that value along. We kind of named his newest podcast is called Real AF. We're not as into that. That's more like political stuff and current events, although he does do business Q&As and stuff, so that's good shit to listen to. But this is a little bit of we call this trying to be real, because we're not really there yet. We're still trying to be real. We're not real AF. We're trying to be real.
Yeah.
So we're not experts. We don't want you guys to think we're experts. We're just sharing what we've learned so far. And as we go on in life, we'll have more that we figure out, and we'll share that with you too. So maybe eventually we'll be able to say we are real, but right now it's kind of, this is our process of figuring out how to be real. So Andy gets frustrated. He's like, I'm sharing all this information and no one's listening, no one's doing it, and that frustrates him. Well, Andy, if you ever watch this, this is the fruit of your labor. This is what you've inspired.
Yeah, 100%.
We are evidence that although maybe not everyone listens to you, we are, and we're trying to listen to you. We're trying to be better, and you're doing something. You're making an impact.
Yeah,
so.
I think I really want to preference like like Andy always says, our business age. You know, our business age is only like 3 years old.
Yeah.
You know, Andy's up in the 20s,
30s.
almost 30s.
Yeah. Like you can be 50 years old and have a business age of 2.
Yeah.
But
like,
we have a business age of 3.
Yeah, like I really want to showcase that we are trying to portray the information that we heard from him to our audience.
And he says that it's a big thing a lot of times to like be able to take information and apply it to yourself instead of not like being like, so a lot of times I'll think like, Andy said that thing in that podcast, but I don't know how to translate that to myself. I wish I could just ask him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's a skill to figure out on your own how to make that apply to you. Like, if you just want to have someone tell you how to do it, you're not going to get much satisfaction out of it.
Yeah.
But if you can learn and figure out how to make it apply to yourself, then when you reach that milestone, when you figure it out, it's going to be a lot more satisfying.
Yeah.
So this is what we've done. We've listened to Andy's podcast, we've applied it to ourselves, and we're growing something now with those principles. And we want you guys to do the same thing. Take that's why we try to give a lot of examples, like when I say cake or baking cakes or making watches. Like I want you guys to see how you can apply that to other things.
Yeah, it can be applied anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. And like Andy always talks about too, that you get these 20-year-olds like us that go on and post pictures of their Lamborghinis
and say
stuff.
This is how to get rich, but really they're just selling you. They didn't get rich from building a business, and now they're going to teach you how to do it. They're getting rich just by selling you courses on something they've never really done.
Like I want to make it abundantly clear that we are giving information on just up until where we are.
Yeah, we're giving information that we've learned from people who have done it, and we're giving information on how we are trying to figure out how to do it. This isn't, we built $1 million business.
Yeah.
This is how to do it. This is, we're trying to do it. Come do it with us.
Yeah.
You know?
I
and
feel
if you're
like
behind us, if you're in year 1, if you're a first-year entrepreneur, we're third-year entrepreneurs. Not that we're good at it yet, but we've learned some things that we can help you figure out.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like we were talking about this. I really do want to say we're probably one of the only ones that are documenting our journey as we're doing it.
Yeah,
most people you hear, they're like, oh yeah, I remember when I was 19, I did this, I did that. It's
they're like, I wish I had pictures or footage from back then.
We are now the 19-year-old or the 20-year-olds, and we're documenting it as we go.
So we're going to be able to say, when we're millionaires, we're going to be able to say, go back and watch us when we were, see how bad we sucked. It's okay for you to suck when you're starting.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's kind of like hard to do it. Like I get the idea all the time, like, I haven't completed these things yet. I haven't won yet. I shouldn't be telling these people how to do stuff. But at the same time, it's like I'm not posing as knowing everything.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and like when I get to the point where I am successful, like I can say, I want that, I wasn't good at it, but people can still say in their mind, well, he just has something I didn't. It's like, well, no, I didn't have that stuff. And I'm learning, every podcast we do, we're like, okay, what did we do bad in that one? Like usually we forget to say, watch it on Spotify, follow, like, subscribe. Usually, like we had bad lighting. We had to figure out how to fix our lighting. That fucking furnace is running, which I feel like is going to mess up our audio a little bit.
I mean, It is like minus 20 degrees outside right now.
It is.
So
It is that cold. So
if
we
I
kind
turn
of
it
have
off,
to have heat on.
yeah, it'll be like fucking 4 degrees in here in no time.
I'm gonna do some shit. I use CapCut to edit, by the way. If you guys want to use that, I have the premium, but you can do pretty well with it for free. I've heard some people recommend Final Cut Pro.
I've used that.
Yeah, I haven't used that, so I'm not gonna endorse it, but it's something to maybe try.
Yeah.
Maybe it has more features than CapCut. I used CapCut on my phone. Now I use it on PC. Also, VN, letter V, letter N video editor is a mobile one that's pretty good.
I've never heard of that one.
It's like better than CapCut for mobile in a lot of ways, if you don't have the premium.
Okay.
Like CapCut free and VN video editor free are good ones. I think VN is a little better for free. But then once you get CapCut Premium, I think that becomes a little better than the free VN. But it's just a process. Like,
yeah, dude, I want to touch it again, but I'm so excited to be able to say that we might be pioneering like one of the most detailed entrepreneur stories.
trying to make it the most detailed. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys when I feel like every single episode we've made so far sucks.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, good. I'm hoping there's enough value to make you guys ignore the fact that this sucks.
yeah. Or maybe we're just hopefully putting too much pressure on us. Like, I'm hoping it is good, but it's just not up to our standards.
Well, yeah.
You know?
We always have a standard of wanting to be better, so nothing ever seems like we're never going to have the feeling like that was the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
We're always going to be like, what can we do better? But that's kind of the mindset you have to have. You have to endure the pain of feeling like you suck in order to have the mindset of wanting to be better. Because if you have the mindset of I did good enough, like it might feel good. You might be like, oh, I did a good job. That's satisfying. But then you might miss the things that suck that you could improve.
Could have done better, yeah. Like,
So-
I'm just so excited about it. Like,
I am too. Like,
because I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody that's like, we're pretty much taking like a video of us at practically day one.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know anybody that even
Honestly,
has
dude,
the confidence to post this.
Even at this point, I'm like, I wish I could have, had a video like we talked about in last podcast. I wish I could have had a video when I was in my garage working on that Plymouth, suicidal and hitting those, figuring those things out, because you guys would have seen how low I was. Guys, I've slept in my car outside of a gym in order to be able to work enough hours to make enough money to do this stuff. And I have videos of that, which I will share.
You
at some
do?
point. Yeah, dude, I took videos of me talking about how I was struggling.
Yeah.
I took videos. I'll show them to you.
Wow.
But I'm really glad I have those videos, because in the future, when I'm successful, I can make a video of I'm successful and this is how I got here, and then I can clip that video.
Yeah.
So, it is valuable. Like, even if you guys feel like you suck, and I feel like people who are successful now can say, I wish I had that video, and they can know the value of it. But when you're in, it's like they say the good old days are always right now. They just don't feel like the good old days till later. Like, right now we feel like this sucks, but 10 years from now, this will be the good old days and this will be gold.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. You don't recognize the value in the moment, but you will down the road, and that you got to think ahead.
Yeah.
So, even if you guys suck right now, make the video. You guys can go back in my channel and see me making videos of replacing the radiator in my Cummins, and it was just a horrible video. Like, the landscape thing is like, so big black borders, it's bad. Bad audio, all that stuff. And
and
I would hate to be good at something, try to help people get good at that thing, but because I'm so good at it now and I don't have any footage of where I came from, have them thinking that I was just always this good.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
And think that they're different.
Yeah, like, we have the opportunity, like, Andy goes back and talks 20 years ago, but a lot of people could just discredit that and be like,
say, well, he's lying.
It really wasn't like that.
Or he can say where he was sleeping on a mattress in the back of his store, and they could be like, well, yeah, maybe that's true, but he just had this mindset that I don't have. And it's like, no, bro, we had to build this mindset, and you can build it too.
Yeah, we have the opportunity to literally go back with video proof.
Yeah,
and show what
not
it
even just to
like.
prove to them that we had it hard, but to show them
That we're being
they
honest.
can come, that if they're in the same spot, they can come.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was in such a worse mindset before I got to where I am now that I don't really have footage of my bad mindset.
No.
Like I wish I did, because it was bad. It was not any of this information that I'm giving you now. And if you're there, you can get to here. And this is like a big step. Like from there to here.
Yeah, if you really think about it.
Yeah, and then we'll be able to show how to get from here to the next step. And that's what we just want to do.
Yeah, like we're still in like such infant stages of
Yeah.
it, but literally just getting off of the ground to here
Yeah.
feels like 100 years of work.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, dude, like, I get in my head, like, thinking, like, what if, like, maybe this 3 years was, we kind of talked about this, like, you think you have everything you need. But
Yeah.
the fact is, like, if we had this much growth in 3 years, like, you think maybe it'll be, like, big jump up and then a big plateau, or like, slight increase. But if you have the mindset of, okay, that was a big jump in 3 years, I can make just as big of a jump in the next 3 years. Like, I feel like that's what it is, actually. Like,
Yeah.
Like, our mindset might be similar to Andy's, but there's also... Okay, so we have this mindset now, but this mindset isn't consistent. Sometimes we fail.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like where Andy is at, although he also still fails sometimes, I'm sure, he has probably solidified this mindset as a foundation so much that his margin for error is so much lower than ours.
Like you're saying, the mindset we have now, he's practically mastered.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's like where we have moments where we revert to our old mindset, he may not have that. He probably
Yeah.
doesn't have that anymore.
Yeah.
And so he has that advantage of being more consistent, but he misses out on the opportunity to identify with people who aren't as good as him, who don't have it consistent. Whereas we're in that inconsistent phase where we haven't perfected it, and we can tell you how to get, you know, what we're doing to improve.
Yeah, like I can't even, like, our journey is so short right now that I can't even be like, oh yeah, I think I have this mindset mastered like
No.
Andy has ours, you know what
Dude,
I mean?
honestly, if I had this mindset mastered,
No, I mean the mindset before the one we're at currently. Like what was our mindset like 2 years ago?
yeah, like we don't really remember what it was like.
Yeah, because it's like I
yeah.
feel like it was so short, like, you know what I mean? Like there really isn't that huge jump that Andy has, like.
I feel like it's been a huge jump from where I was to where I
Yeah,
am.
yeah, it is, but I don't know how to explain it. Like I think you know what I mean.
Like you can't, like, you don't remember exactly how you were.
Yeah, like I
back then.
can't pick it out like
yeah, you
we
can't
can right
really
now.
identify what you were
Yeah.
that was different, other than just like slight changes in
Yeah.
how you think.
Yeah.
And it's intentional, that changing how you think.
Like
It's
the
not
only
just-
thing that I can like see changing is just the stuff around me. You know, from when I started to now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
I mean, obviously stuff around me has changed. Like, I'm not in massive amounts of debt and like depressed all the time, but I'm still in the same building. I'm still in the same house.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it feels like not a lot has changed.
But think about all the tools you have now,
Yeah.
the welders, like that's what I'd like to look at sometimes, which, you know, I don't think it's a really good mentality to get yourself into a habit of being
Yeah.
like, oh, well, you know, I really have come a long way. I feel like that kind of sets you up for wanting to slow down.
Well, here's the thing is, like, they say if you're thinking about red cars, you're going to look for red cars. And
Yeah.
you're looking for red cars. Then if someone asks you, okay, how many blue cars did you see? You're going to say, well, none. I was looking for the
Yeah.
red ones.
Yep.
So if you're looking at what you've done, you're going to miss the ways that you can improve.
Yeah.
If you're looking for what you can improve, you may miss what you've done and be kind of bitter, you know, not really feel like you've done a lot, but you're going to be seeing how you can improve.
Yeah.
And so you're going to improve.
And I think it's like a double-edged sword. Like it's good that we constantly feel like we're so far behind.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to have the mental strength to get over, like, to be
You have
like,
to
I can
not-
accomplish
yeah.
it. Like I can get through it.
I all the time have to remind myself, like, okay, I feel like shit mentally, but that doesn't have any effect. Like, that's not an indicator of my success and progress. Like, the fact that you're sad right now has nothing to do with whether or not you will be successful. That's not
Yeah.
an indicator of that. When you
Yeah.
look back, when you make $1 million your first year, when you look back, you're not going to be like, oh yeah, the reason I did this is because I was happy all the time.
Yeah, you're going to be like, holy fuck, that was a big struggle.
Right, you're going to be like, the things that got me here are executing on what I needed to do and staying focused. So then, if you go back in time, being sad isn't going to have an effect on whether you hit your success or not. What's going to have an effect is executing on what needs to be done and staying focused.
Yeah, you could be sad and execute, and you could be happy and execute. You'll still land in the same place.
The only thing you're going to think about when you get there is the fact that you execute.
Yeah.
Or if you never get there, you're going to say, I didn't get anything done in the last year.
Yeah, you're not going to sit there and be like, man, I executed, but look
I
at
was
how
sad,
sad I was.
so it wasn't worth it. Like, no.
No, you're going to just look at it like, I executed that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you were happy, sad, none of it.
Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, dude, like fucking cheers to what's to come. I'm like, I really hope you guys see the vision that we have. I hope you understand that, you know, we're not experts and we're just, I don't think you could think we're coming off as experts after this conversation just now.
Yeah.
Or that we're even trying to say that. But, I mean, it's tough for me to say we figured out the path. But when we say, like our last video was, we lay out the formula. And so it's hard to say this is the formula when we haven't seen the full effect of it yet.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think we're trying to show the formula of to getting to here.
Well, yeah, and we're
you know?
Yeah. We're trying to share the path that you have to get on, not
and we're reiterating what successful people like Andy are saying.
Yeah.
You know, so it's maybe we are sharing some aspects that are above our pay grade, but we're just taking it from a source that inspired us to get to where we are now and clearly worked for him, and he's sharing it. It's like we're kind of the messenger boys for him, you know. We're trying to spread his knowledge too.
We're not saying like this is how to get to here. We're saying this is how to get on the path that will lead to there, and then we're going to share, you know, the obstacles along the way.
Us going that way.
Yeah, we're going to so imagine this. You have a map, and this is the starting point, and here's the red X that you have to get to, but you have no idea what's in between.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're, you know, filling in on that map the path that you should, like, this is the path, and if you're seeing these things, you're on it. We don't know what's ahead of this point, but this is where we've gotten, and if you're feeling this, you're on it.
Yeah.
But instead of you going this way, we're saying this way is not the path. This way is the path.
Yeah.
So stay on this. We don't know what comes after that either, but follow this, you know, follow our path. You know, we walked through the woods and cut down the brush.
Yeah.
And so if you get ahead of us, then we can't help you, but we've cleared the brush up until this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would be happy to find out that somebody took our advice and even exceeded from us.
Well, like
I'd be like, that's amazing.
Well, you know what would happen then? They would say that, and I'd be like, so how'd you do that? You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's, if I were an expert and I had this ego, I would be like, what an idiot. He thinks he's ahead of me. He can't help me.
Yeah.
No, if someone said that, like if someone sent me a DM and was like, hey man, I followed all your advice and I actually, like, I'm making money now. Like and I'm doing really well and I've learned a bunch of stuff.
I just completed my first $100,000 year.
Yeah. I would be like, so.
I'd be like, that's awesome.
I'd be like, how'd you do that? You want to share it with me?
Yeah.
Like, because I just, like, it's not an ego thing. Like, it's not like I want you guys to be like, this guy's God.
Yeah.
I want to be like, bro, me help you, and if you can help me, you help me.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole thing. So, I mean, I think, does that wrap us up for today? You got anything else you want to throw in?
Yeah. I mean, I was going to talk about how I am so terrified of never meeting the big goal in my head.
Yeah. No,
like,
so am I, dude.
Like, I want to just talk about how I feel like some people don't have that fear and how I do. Like, it's a legitimate fear, too. It's not just like, oh, I'm kind of worried about it. Like, you know, next month's rent, like, you're a little worried about it.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm legitimately afraid every day that I'm not.
You won't hit the goal.
Yeah, that I'm not doing enough.
Yeah.
To accomplish what I want to accomplish.
Yeah. No, I feel the same way. Like, I was just in a pretty bad mindset for the past couple days, and I was like telling myself, like, what if you're just not made for this? And that
Yeah.
fucking is hard. I know I have
Yeah.
to like don't even think about that, but it's there.
Yeah.
Like
It's definitely there.
I'm like, what if you like learned all these things and you can, you know, make a couple $100,000 a year, but what if it is just chance that some other people make millions or billions or whatever? What if you're not going to be able to do that?
Yeah.
And it's not that my goals are to make millions or billions, but to be able to do the things I want to do, I have to do that. Like,
yeah.
in order for me to make this as big and help you guys as much as I want to help you, I need that resource of that much money to be able to do those big things.
Exactly.
Like, to make a difference, you need the resources to be able to make that impact.
Yeah. You can't cut down a forest with a pair of scissors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
know?
good. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it's scary, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
it's really scary.
now, on one hand, I know, dude, I say I know, like, if I execute every day, I'll get there. And I know that because that's what Andy says, and I see that executing every day does move you forward. But I can't say that I know that the things that I'm doing, the things that I'm executing on, will get me there, because it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, like, this is such an abstract thing too. Like, most things in life are, if you do A, B, and C, you get D, you know?
Yeah, and I think this is that way too. It's just so delayed that it's hard to say.
Yeah, it's like A's now, and then like 20 years from now, it could be B.
Yeah, it's delayed gratification. Like, you have to develop. Like, right now, I have stopped making content as much. Like, other than this podcast, I've really, like, I haven't made, you know, I made a video working on my Viper Swap Dodge Charger, which you guys should totally check out if you're into that stuff. I made a video on that, and then since then, like, I haven't really been putting out how to weld videos or anything. But it's because, okay, to get the instant dopamine hit, I like to be making videos and putting out videos. That makes me feel like I'm progressing, and getting views and stuff. So when I'm not making videos, I'm like, oh, dude, it's gonna fall apart.
Yeah.
But the fact is, in the background, I'm developing something that, like, I'm not just not making the videos and not doing anything. I'm using the time that I would use to make videos to develop something that I'm hoping will make me the first dollar that I need to make this bigger.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm making these courses.
And you're trying to gain the resources.
Right. I'm making these courses and developing a bit of a business model that I can use to not only to help the viewers and the people who want to learn how to weld, but can also, you know, get me more reach. Like, then I'll have videos to make in order to advertise that school community.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not just going to be ads. It's going to be like, I'm going to teach you how to do a weld and say, if you want to learn more of this, like, there's my school community, join it. It's free, and there's more free information inside. And I don't want to give away my complete plan yet, but because I just not because it's like someone's gonna steal it, but just because it's kind of a surprise.
To the community.
I want to unveil it when I unveil it.
Yeah.
So
I think a really good, like, you know, we were talking about how A can be now, B can be 20 years from now, C could be 20 years from now. I think a good, like, happy medium to that for people to, like, really experience that kind of growth and those wins and that understanding is fitness. Because a lot of things in life, it is just A, B, C.
Yeah.
But fitness, it's really A, B, and then C may take even longer.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a really good way, because it's not so long that it's like taking years and years and years, but in just a year or two, you can really see that difference. And it's like, if you just continue to do what you do every day when you need to do it, it's like you will see the results.
Yeah. So Alex Hormozy says your ability to succeed is directly correlated to your ability to handle uncertainty.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you can do this thing now it's the thing you think it'll get you there, but there's no promise, there's nothing that can tell you. It's like, you put your clothes in the washing machine and hit start. They come out clean.
Yeah.
You know they're going to come out
Yeah.
clean. But with this, you can do all this stuff and put the clothes in the washing machine. You don't really know if they're going to come out clean. You don't really know if you're going to get that reward that you're after. But you will. It's just going to take 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, or it's going to take 5 years, or it's going to take 3 years, you know?
Yeah, that's why I love fitness, is because
Yeah.
you kind of get like the entrepreneur experience in like one little bundle pack.
Yeah.
You get to experience all the highs and the lows and
Yeah.
the failures and then the wins and then the achievements of your goals. Like
Yeah.
you get to experience all of that in like a condensed little like powwow, you
like,
know?
I'm trying to like build muscle and gain weight, and I've been doing that. I gained 20 pounds in the last year, in 2024 to 2025. But now I'm like, throughout the whole period of that, it was like, I feel like this isn't working. But then I gained 20 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
And like now I feel the same way. Like I'm like, I only gained like, I didn't even really gain it doesn't look on the scale like I gained a pound in this last week. Or like I'm supposed to gain about a half a pound a week.
Yeah.
I'm like, it doesn't look like I gained a half a pound in this last week. But then 3 weeks go by and you're like, oh, I'm up 3 pounds.
Yeah, dude, that was like with me.
Or 2 pounds,
I
or whatever.
finally hit 180. I'm finally down 30 pounds.
Yeah.
And it's like going from 210 to 200, super easy. Going from 200 to like, 195 was a bit of a struggle. And then it was like to break past that 185, dude, took me weeks to get past just 185. And then I got past it and went right down to 180.
I feel like entrepreneurship, though, in a way, is opposite, because like with exercise, like you get the newbie gains right away.
Yeah.
And then it gets harder. But with entrepreneurship, with starting a business, it starts out really hard because you have no resources. And then it gets easier because you have more of an understanding, you have more money, you have more connections. And so it gets easier. Then instead, like, okay, this year all I did was get 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. But the next year you already have 4,000.
Yeah, maybe
so you can get to 20,000.
Yeah, 20,000. Yeah.
So I don't really feel that yet, but
No, but
I do a little bit, but
yeah,
you still
I
got
feel
to
like,
execute. That doesn't mean it gets easier.
Yeah.
That means you just get more back for what you put in.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't necessarily get easier because your problems do get bigger.
Do they?
Yeah, because you got to think about it. Like, if you go from just you running a business to now you have 4 employees running.
Well,
with
we're not
you.
there yet. So
No,
I
but I'm
don't
just
know.
saying, like, I feel like it gets easier, but the problems get bigger, but you get better at solving them, you know?
It's not that you have less problems, it's that you get better at solving them.
Yeah.
For sure.
But
and you get
fitness
like
is
more
just,
calm. Yeah, no, that's
fitness
super
is
helpful.
just so good for really
It's a
showing you
foundation.
that.
It's a foundation of, like, guys, one of the biggest things for me has been improving my focus. And in order to improve my focus, I have to cut out things that stress me out, feel good physically,
Yeah.
feel good mentally, and that's why the fitness is the foundation for being in the right mindset and being in the right condition to even be able to execute to the degree that you need to achieve your goals.
Yeah.
And that's why, for me, it's so important
Yeah.
to be exercising and shit. But yeah, it's a journey for sure, and it's scary and it's terrifying, and that's why most people can't do it, because they know they'll go to work for a week, go to their 9 to 5, and they will get that $1,000 a week.
Yeah.
And they will be able to pay their rent, and they will be able to eat the food they want, and whatever. But the fact is,
enticing as that is, it's
not
not
for me, but-
enough.
yeah,
You know, like it's so easy to sit there and be like, oh, well, I got a good job now. I could just really settle down.
Yeah. Well,
but
here's
it's
the
like,
thing.
it's not enough. It's just not enough.
Here's
I
the thing
want
is-
to see more.
things are going to get more expensive. Inflation is going to happen.
Yeah.
You stay at that job, things are going to get harder.
Yeah.
You build something big that makes you more money every year, it's going to start out really hard, but it's going to get easier.
Yeah. It's going to get better. in
And
the
it's
long
hard
run.
for people to say, I'm going to do something hard for something easy later, instead of I'm going to do something easy now. Not that that's necessarily easy, because it can be difficult,
Mhm.
but something less hard now in order to, but then you're going to have it harder later.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard for people to make that swap, but you have to.
I think another big sticking point for people is that they just feel like their time is past. Like, remember I was telling you about my one coworker who said, it's nice to be able to have all those dreams, but
Yeah.
I had kids, so my dreams all died.
Yeah.
Like, that's so, like,
First
that
of all,
makes
that's
me
gonna,
feel like shit hearing that.
First of all, it's going to put you in the mindset of I hate my kids.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
And it's good if your kids hear you saying that, it's going to make them feel like shit. It's going to make them feel like they don't have control over life. Like,
it's never too late.
No.
It's never too late to just go out and
Dude, if I
do
can
it.
improve this much in 3 years and you're 50, by 53 you can be starting to make money.
Yeah. For your kids.
Right.
Extra money.
Yeah, and like Andy, it took him 17 years to become a billionaire.
Yeah.
Or I guess it's more than 17 now. It's probably like 20 years to become a billionaire.
Wait, did Andy hit him?
Yeah, he's at $1 billion net worth now, I believe.
Yeah?
Like his companies are valued at that much.
Wow, because I remember hearing all his fucking podcasts. He's like, I'm going to turn this into $1 billion business.
I think it is technically. I think if you Google it, it doesn't say that much. But yeah. I think technically it is. That's what he says. It's technically $1 billion.
Yeah, because I always listen to those, and I was like, that's a big one, man. So to hear him actually do that is crazy. Well, because he's been talking about that since 2015.
Yeah, he says in his new MFCEO podcast that he is technically at $1 billion.
Wow.
Like I think if you look it up, it's like 150 million.
See, that's just living proof.
Yeah,
of going after that.
When it comes up on Google, that's when I'll really stand behind that. But I don't want to say that and have people look it up and say he's not at that.
Yeah.
Fuck it, you know. But if Andy can do that in 20 years and you're 30 or 40 or 50 now, by the time you're 50 or 60 or 70, you can have $1 billion net worth, and then what can that do for your kids?
Yeah, I was just going to say, think about what that can do for your kids.
You can live the next 10, 20 years however the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. If you're 40 right now saying I can't do that, but by 60, dude, by 60, you could still have 30, 40 years left of life.
And not only that, most people retire at 65. You could retire yourself 5 years early.
Right.
It's like...
Right. I don't think I would ever want to retire from my business, but I would want to retire from a 9 to 5.
Okay, listen, my retirement is going to be the day that I can be self-sustainable.
Yeah.
When I can walk away from having to finally be employed and I'm self-sustainable,
then I consider myself retired.
I am retired.
Yeah.
I am fucking retired.
I might work more hours than I ever did self-employed.
But I'm retired.
But I'm still retired. Yeah.
I can tell you right now, when I was out on my own, when I was getting up at like 6 a.m. for somebody else, it was terrible.
Yeah.
But when I was out on my own for that year or so,
yeah,
it didn't matter. I didn't care if it was Sunday. I didn't care if it was Monday. Yeah. If I had to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, or if I had to stay up till 5 o'clock at night.
5 a.m.
Yeah, till 5 a.m. the next day. I was happy.
Yeah.
I was happy the whole time to work 12-hour days.
Well, you may look back on it now and say that, but in the moment,
I legitimately was. For when it was for me, when I was waking up at 6 a.m. for me, or staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning for me, or working on Sundays for me, I was genuinely happy.
That's good.
Like, there was plenty of jobs. I remember I would wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
You know what? I guess you're probably right, because now when I'm like on the weekends, the 3 days that I have to do my own stuff, I'm kind of like, oh, I got to get all this shit done, but it's only because I only have 3 days to do it. If I had all week to do it, I'd probably just be doing it at a good pace and like loving it.
Yeah, like I got up today. I was up at like 8 o'clock because I was excited for the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I was never up at 8 o'clock on a Sunday before this.
Yeah.
You know, I usually sleep in and then get up, do some stuff, go to church, and that would be my Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's like, when it's for me, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
I'm fucking
I wouldn't
happy.
even say when it's for me. When it's for the dreams that I have.
Yeah.
To help people, to you know, be something that people can look up to, and I can help people and be someone who's going to provide for my family and give them a better life than I had, you know?
Yeah, it's really hard to get kind of down in the dumps about what you're doing.
Yeah.
When you have that.
It's really easy to get down in the dumps about like, fuck, is this not working? Is this working? But you have to just, like, you're going to get down for that because of that, but you have to just say in your mind, this is what is going to lead me to that. I have to keep going.
Yeah.
And just execute either way.
But it definitely does help a lot to be in a job that you're passionate for during that time.
Yeah.
Like the job I have now, it really doesn't feel like I'm going to work.
Well, the thing is, the jobs we have now contribute to our skills.
Yeah.
And I think the mindset switched. Like, we have the mindset now of, yes, this isn't the thing I would most want to be doing, but this is what's going to help me get where I need to go.
Yeah. You need it.
Yeah.
That's part of the resource,
Yeah.
part of getting the
It's
resources.
like, yeah, I'd rather be out on my own doing the thing that I dream of doing, but if I went out on my own, I couldn't do that right now because I don't have the money to do that. So this 9 to 5, that although it's not the ideal thing, it's contributing to that, and so it's worth it. And that's the mindset we didn't have in the past. It was like, this is holding me back from doing the thing I want to do. But now our mindset has switched as to it's a complementary goal. It's a complementary action.
Yeah.
So
it's
if you are in a 9 to 5 job that you hate right now, and you're like, oh, I just wish I could be out doing my business, but you don't have any money or you haven't done that business, or it's not providing, it wouldn't sustain you. The fact is, if you left that job, it wouldn't be all sunshine and rainbows, because then you'd have less money and you'd be not being able to do as much. You'd be suffering. So think about that 9 to 5 as, this is building me up enough wealth and providing for me until I am able to do that.
Yeah.
And that'll give you a different mindset on why that job is something you should value.
Yeah.
Now, if you're working at Dairy Queen and you want to be building custom cars, then you probably need to find a job that's going to contribute to the skills you'll need to build custom cars.
Yeah, which
that'll be a lot easier to say, this is helping me.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with, like, we're not telling you, like, to stay at the job that you're miserable at, you know. Like, there's nothing wrong with seeking the job that best benefits you in your future.
Seek the one that has the most leverage towards your goals, for sure. Yeah.
Like, that was a huge thing for me. Like, when I was working on garbage trucks, like, yes, I was turning a wrench. Like, yes, I was getting better at understanding, like, engines and mechanics and stuff like that. But it just got to the point where it's like, okay,
I'm not going anywhere.
Like, this isn't gonna, I'm not gonna be building a custom garbage truck. So it's like,
you never know.
Maybe someday.
Drag garbage truck, you never know.
Fucking no. But like, it got to the point where I was like, okay, I've pretty much learned all I can to relate to cars with this kind of stuff. It's like, it's time to move on.
That's where I'm also at, but my job is so good that I'm like, it's going to hurt me more than help me to switch.
Yeah, it's going to, it would be hard to.
Because I work 4 days a week. I do 4/10s. So I've got 3 days off to work on the business, which is awesome. I probably couldn't make more money anywhere.
Yeah.
The only thing is I could be doing something I could be working on cars instead of what I'm working on now.
Yeah.
But it is still high quality work, and I don't learn as much. Like, I feel like I've kind of maximized my learning, but there's still a little bit I could probably squeeze out of it. So it kind of outweighs. I kind of just got to deal with it. I'm not miserable, but I'm not like excited to go there.
No.
All right. Oh God, I guess it's time to cut it off. All right. So, all right, guys, that's gonna be the podcast for the day. Last thing I got to say, I find it kind of interesting that our riff and entertainment talk is like the exact same stuff that we talked about in the education. Different topic, but also value.
Yeah.
That just shows you how obsessed you got to be with this stuff. Like, your entertainment might be talking about the funny short that you watched or the funny Instagram reel you watched. For us, our entertainment is talking about more stuff for being successful. So that's the kind of dedication and love you have to have for it. If you don't, that doesn't mean you can't make it. It just means you got to develop that type of focus, which maybe we'll have to cover in another podcast, how to get focused. But that's going to be it for our Trying to Be Real episode 3. We will catch you guys in the next one.